Hi, I'm Shayna, and this is my first video that I'm recording here on my YouTube channel. So bear with me. Today I'm going to do a basic everyday makeup look, so I hope you enjoy. So first I'm going to start with moisturizer, and the one that I've really been enjoying lately is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. And a little bit goes a long way with this product. So basically I just take a little bit and spread it around because, as you all know, having nice hydrated skin is basically the first step for decent makeup application. And I live in a hot location temperature wise, so luckily we don't have too much of the winter dryness, but even here it does get more dry than other times of year, so moisturizer is always great. Alright, we'll just let that dry a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna put on a little headband to get my hair out of my face. Alright, so the next step is going to be primer. I have a couple that I like to use, but lately I've been using the NYX Pore Filler. I find that it does a really good job smoothing the skin out and filling in my pores, which I have pretty large pores, as you can probably see. So again, I just take about a pea size amount on my fingers and spread that around. I definitely find my pores stand out in this area the most, so I like to start there. And I have, I would say, combination skin. I used to be more oily, but now I'm more of a normal to where I get dry sometimes and get oily sometimes, but I'm kind of right in the middle. Alright, next we're going to go with our foundation. Today I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Radiant Firming Makeup in 130 or Buff Beige. I really like this. It doesn't feel too cakey or on the skin, and I'm getting a little up there. I'm 34, so I found that this Age Rewind is actually a great formula for my skin these days. So I dampened my sponge here. This is from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to add some of the foundation right to the sponge. And start bouncing it on my face, starting kind of from the outer widest parts of my face and working my way in. As you can see, I have very dark circles under my eyes, so after I apply my foundation, I'm going to be doing some color correction and some concealer. So I'm going to mostly keep my foundation away from the under eye area. And make sure you get up into your hairline. And I do put some on my eyelids, even though I also will put some concealer there. And down the neck, which luckily this color match is pretty good. And like I said, it's probably a light to medium foundation, I would say, but it's fairly buildable. But I'm not necessarily a full coverage kind of girl. A lot of times I'll just do concealer and like a light foundation. The IT Cosmetics powder foundation is nice when you're in a hurry. Alright, so like I said, next step I'm gonna do some color correction. I have this color correcting palette from City Color, the Cream Correct and Conceal palette, and the shade that I've been using for my under eyes lately is usually a mix of this very light peachy shade and this more orangey one. It's kind of hard to see it here on the camera. But I find just doing this with my finger seems to work the best, so I'll drop a little bit in the light peach and just warm it up, and a little bit of the more orange shade, and then just gently target it on my dark circles in just a patting motion. And for the color correction to really work well, you want to try to focus it on, you know, the dark areas without spreading it down too much further at this point. So as you can see, that already brightened things up a bit. And then for concealer, I think I will go with the classic Tarte Shape Tape, and this is just the color Light. And I'm going to use my same sponge on the other side here. Just be careful with this because, as you all know probably, with this big, huge applicator, a lot of product comes out, and you know, less is more when it comes to concealer. You want just enough to cover what you're trying to conceal without getting cakey or creasy. So I have some darkness up here in the, up into the inner corner there, so I like to carry it up into there. And then I kind of have deep set circles too, so I find this crease, this inner crease right here, can sometimes use a little extra. And then I take my sponge and just gently tap that in to gently blend it around. And here is where you can kind of take it down a little bit, just so it mixes in. Alright. And some people like to do one eye at a time because this does set rather quickly. But I think today I'm on the move, so it won't take me terribly long to go ahead and set it with some powder. So I have this other little sponge, and I find this is really good for baking and setting the under eye. And then now I'm just using the NYX HD finishing powder, translucent. And I like to scoop up a good amount of that powder. And I'm going to start with this side, just press it all in the under eye area. And same for the other side. And I find I get sort of some redness right here too, so I'm going to pop some up there in the middle of my forehead as well. Next up, we're going to do just a little bit on my brows. I have the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Sculptor. It's the two-sided pencil with one side with the pencil and the other side with the finishing wax in blonde. And it's pretty worn down, but first I'm just going to brush them out a little bit to straighten them up a little bit. And then I'm going to take the brown blonde side and just gently fill in my brows. I wish my brows were thicker, but I don't feel like going crazy with them today. I like this because it's subtle and it's easy, but it just adds a little bit of emphasis to the brows, I think. Alright, and then we'll take the waxy side, and I just kind of like to go over them again, especially focusing on the edges to sort of hopefully tame them into place for the day. And the brows is definitely something I have room for improvement, I think. I'd like to, you know, get more into the brow gels and things like that. So I've been watching some tutorials, and I know I have room for improvement for sure. And then we'll go on to eyeshadow. Today, again, I'm just going to do a pretty natural eyeshadow look. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio, like a little mini palette that's very neutral. I use this a lot. As you can see, the second color there is gone, and the others are hitting pan. So I'll just take the lightest kind of creamy shade and apply that over the lid. And yes, we're still baking in the under eyes, so we don't have to worry too much about fallout, but these colors are so mild that we're not going to get a lot of fallout anyway. So that just kind of brightens up the eyelids there. And then I'm going to take, there's sort of this golden brown color, and starting on the outside, I'm going to work that into the crease and a little down on the lower outer corner. And I feel that I have pretty large eyes, and my eyes are also very sensitive and very watery, so I don't usually wear eyeliner, but we'll see. Alright. And my eyelids are sort of hooded, so I always like to open my eyes and just see that contrast color is visible, even with my eyelids hanging down there. Alright, so I think that's pretty much all we're going to do for eyeshadow. And now we'll do a little bit of contouring. I used to be all about the powder contouring, but I've actually really enjoyed, this is probably one of my favorite products lately. It's the NYX Wonder Stick. So one side has a contour color, and it's nice because I find it's very cool toned, and it looks very natural, and it's very blendable and buildable. And then the highlight side, I rarely use it, but I have used it, and it's okay. Both are nice and creamy and easy to blend and apply. So I take the brown contouring shade, and I have a rather large rounded face, so I go a little bit above where my natural shading would be. I find that just looks a little better. And I just do a little bit on the forehead, not much, and then a little bit on the double chin. And the tip for me is I have a very weak chin, and I've found that if I carry it sort of down the center of my neck, it just creates a more natural effect. So then I take this other makeup sponge that I have. I'm not sure, I forget what brand this is. It's a little more firm, and I use the bottom of it, and I just gently work in that contour. And you see how nicely it really blends easily. Just be careful with your contour that when you are blending it in, you're not pulling it down, because that basically defeat the purpose of your contour. And then down here, yeah, I just really like this. I find it's so much easier than powder, and that it really has a nice natural look to it. And it lays well on top of the foundation and everything. Alright, and then I'll do a little bit of blush on top of that contour line after I've removed my baking powder under my eyes. So I think that is what I will do now. So I take a nice large fluffy brush and I just wipe away all the excess powder. And you can see it's really nice. There's no creasing or anything. And I kind of just move the same brush around as an extra set on my foundation, because I don't really feel like doing a pigmented powder to set the rest of my face today. Alright, so now, like I said, I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. My favorite is a classic for many of you, the Luminoso Baked Powder Blush. I believe it's from Milani. It's a nice peachy pink. There you go. Alright, so I picked up some blush, and then I just go again above the contour line and kind of see where I need to bring it into the apples of my cheeks. But I don't go too far up or too far in, and I like a little on my nose. I think it just bounces out my face. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright. Next, I'm going to use my favorite mascara, if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Another common favorite, the It Superhero mascara. It's great. It's the best one I've found, and I've tried several. Again, like I said, I have pretty sensitive and watery eyes, so this is just a really great product. And I'm just going to apply probably just one light layer, and then I may or may not apply some lashes today. Okay, I said one layer. It's more like 1.5 or 2. And I like to kind of wiggle the spoolie at the bottom of the lashes and then work my way up. I find that really has a nice impact and lifts the lashes. So that's a nice result so far. And then I think I will go ahead and do some lashes. The lashes I have today are Ardell Faux Mink, and they're pretty good. I'm sort of a novice at lashes, and the lash glue that I picked up is this Kiss strip lash adhesive with aloe, but I really don't like it so far. It's a black glue. And I'm used to the sort of clear or white glue, so it's been sort of a challenge. The first time I used it, I put way too much and it got all over the place. So I'm going to be a little more cautious. And I definitely did have to trim these down, and I also tapered them a little bit. Alright. So I'm going to be careful not to put too much today. Well, I'm gonna try. It comes out pretty quickly there. Yeah, I definitely need to go back to the whiter, clear kind. Alright. And then, as we know, or we are learning, you have to definitely wait about 30 seconds at least before you try to put it on, or you'll have a big old mess and they won't really be ready to to stick. Alright. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this. You're probably thinking, oh wow, this girl does not know how to do her makeup, so hopefully it's making you feel better about yourself. But I'm just really excited. I decided to start a YouTube channel as I've been really enjoying so many videos out there, and I've started getting into the whole Instagram body positive community, and you know, the plus size girls out there are just so inspiring, and I thought this would be a great creative outlet for me to try and, you know, broaden my community, hopefully, and maybe make some new friends. So be kind. Go easy on me. Alright, so I think that's probably been at least enough time, if not too much, and we're gonna try to lay it down there. So these lashes are very like curved, very kind of not curved. They're kind of like hard to get on the inside and the outside where my eyelashes curve naturally, but hopefully we'll get it to work. And I don't have any of those fancy little eyelash tweezer things. I guess I could use regular tweezers, but I'm trying to make it work with the fingers today. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah, as you can see, my eyes are watering a little bit just from doing this. I wonder if I didn't use enough glue. Thinking I did not use enough here, because it's not, yeah, shoot. Well, that was a fail. Let's try a little more glue. I wiped some of the glue off this time, and maybe I was a little too aggressive with wiping it off. Okay. Here we go again. All right. Do you wear lashes? And is it an everyday thing or a special occasion thing? I really love the look, and so, but for the most part, I've been limiting it to a going out thing. But maybe if I get a little better at this, I'll want to wear them more. I don't think it's been long enough, has it? I feel like there's probably too much glue this time, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, and was I out of frame for a lot of that? Sorry, my mirror's over here. Okay. Oh, that glue, you can see it's coming all over my face. I do not like this glue. Alright. I think we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's try to move to the other one before you all fall asleep waiting for this crazy girl's lashes. Alright. Yeah, I gotta get some new glue. Please feel free to leave any recommendations of the best lash glues, because this one is no fun. Alright. The first lashes I ever tried were actually from the Dollar Tree, and they weren't so bad. They came with, I think they even came with some like one-time adhesive that was kind of dried out, but it worked. I got it to work. Alright. I have this black glue all over my fingers again. Hopefully this eye goes a little bit smoother. You can see the crazy glue. One thing, at least the glue wipes off fairly easily, thank goodness, or else I'd be a total mess. Yeah, that one went on way easier. I guess I did it right the first time. Alright, so what do we think? Is that glue or shadow? Or a bit of both. Alright, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get with the lashes. Let me just dry my tears here. Ugh. And I'm gonna go and just do, I don't always do mascara on the lower lash line. Again, like I said, with my sensitive eyes and my big eyes, I don't really think I need it, but I'm gonna do a little bit because I think you do need it with the falsies, or else it looks a little out of balance for sure. Alright, hello. We have eyes, we have lashes. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Alright. Moving on to lip liner. I'm gonna do Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner. And it's in Rich Wine, which I feel like my lips are a little darker pigmented than some people's. Actually, it looks like this pencil is like kind of dead. So let's see what else we got. Need to get some more of that one. Okay, we're gonna try the, let me check this one out before I say. Alright, we have lip liner. Revlon Color Stay in Blush or Rose. And I don't really overline my lips. I pretty much have to go right on the edge, maybe just a touch outside. And kind of doing this a little out of order. I'm thinking, oh, I didn't do highlighter yet either. Whatever. And I kind of like to draw a little X there in the center, just to emphasize the peaks of my small top lip there, just a bit. And then my favorite lipstick type product, are these Revlon Revlon balms. Is that what they're all called? Some are called Color Burst. Yeah, the matte balms. They look like this. I find they're not too drying, easy to apply, easy to mix together, and they really last better than anything else I've tried, and they're nice and affordable too. And yeah, so that's pretty much almost what I exclusively use. If I really want extra staying power for like a really long night or day, the Revlon Color Stay Overtime, they look like this. It's like a little thing where there's like a stain on this side and then a very glossy top coat on the other side. Those really last, but I find that especially when you first put this side on and you let it dry, they do get kind of dry. But they really do stain and stay on, you know, a long time. So sometimes I'll start with one of those and then I'll do one of my matte balms on top of it just for a little lighter finish, because I don't always use the really clear glossy side of those. Let's see. So today I think I'm going to go with a pretty bright pink. I'm a big fan of saturated lips. That's like my favorite thing. My one product, if I could only wear one product, and sometimes I do only go out of the house with one product, is a lip color. I just think it balances out, you know, my big face with my small lips. They need some action and some color. Alright, so we're doing the Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm in Sultry 225, and it's the tube you can't really tell, but it's a really, really nice bright pink. Alright. Oh, this is not the one I thought it was. So this one is actually a nice more deep pink. It's not so bright. Let me see. Oh, the bright one is right here. Yeah, the tubes almost look the same. Okay, so the bright pink, we're going to mix some of that on top. That is called Showy or Flamboyant. And it's like a great, super bright pink. But these two mix really well together, like I said. So I'll often kind of put the two together. See that top lip? It's like a really nice hot pink. Yeah, I like that mixed together. It matches my dress, so that's good. Alright, and then again, another area that I definitely think I have room for improvement is you know, the highlighter, but I've enjoyed using this one for quite a while now. It's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Powder Glow Illuminator, and it's this, here we go, oops, that's what it looks like. And it has 4 different shades, but the lightest one is the one that I generally focus on for most of my times. So, and I think I'll do the same today. So I just take some of that, you know, nice white glowing light, and I don't have a nice big highlighter fan brush like I should, but I just sort of imitate that motion there with my small brush here, and I think it does the job. And that goes just again kind of right along the top of your cheekbone, or and around. I like to bring it around to my eye. on the side there. And a little on the tip of my nose, a little on the Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to take a little mix of the lightest shade and then the second lightest shade and just run a little bit along the brow line there. I think that does a nice job just lifting the brows. Oh yes, we are illuminated. Alright, so this is the basic look. We're just going to use some setting spray, and I have a few different things. I think I'm going to do 2 different sprays here. I've really enjoyed these Olay mists. I think are relatively new. I have an energizing one and a calming one. This one is the energizing with vitamin C and bergamot, it says. Ultimate hydration essence, and it's been nice for in the winter. And it has like a nice kind of citrusy scent to it, but not overpowering. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that. Ugh, someone in my mouth. Not so tasty. Smells great though. Yeah, it's nice. And then we have the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. I usually have the L'Oreal Infallible one, and I find that really locks in the makeup. But again, being wintertime and feeling a little bit more dry in the colder air, I tried this one, and I like it. It does a good job. Again, it has some hydration in it, and illumination, as well as the setting factor. We'll give that a shake. And we are good to go. And I'm very boring with my dead straight hair. I pretty much wear my hair just straight, dry. I blow dry it sometimes, so it looks a little more fluffy. Today it was just a air dried and brushed out and go kind of day. Alright. So this is the final look. What do we think? Not bad for my first video, I hope. Again, thanks so much for watching, and if you like this, you know what to do, and I'd love to have you subscribe and see what other kind of videos I have to put out. I'm a member of GwynnieBee, which is an amazing clothing subscription service, sort of like a Latote or something like that, where you have a virtual closet, you pick out the clothes you like, it helps you figure out what size, and you can read other people's reviews, and then they send you the items nice and dry cleaned. You wear them, throw them in a bag that they send you, throw them in your mailbox, postage paid, and then they start preparing the next ones for you. So it's great to have just like a rotating closet. Anyway, if you're interested in that, I have a affiliate link for a free month for you to try, and if you sign up using that code, I also get I think $10 or something like that. So please do that if you're interested, and it's actually very easy to cancel too if you find it's not your thing after the month trial. But hey, give it a shot. There's nothing to lose. But anyway, I'm planning to do a video on the 2 items that I have from them coming up. And we'll see what other kind of, I also have some Stitch Fix and Dia boxes scheduled, so I'll probably be doing some unboxing videos. So if any of that sounds up your alley, again, please subscribe, and I'd love to hear more about you, so leave me some comments. Thanks. Bye.